Discovery doesn't always lead to a confrontation. Sometimes, it leads to a spreadsheet. When I found out last June that the man I lived with was cheating, I didn't scream or pack a bag. I couldn't afford to. Instead, I swallowed my pride and began a cold, calculated residency. I became the perfect, unsuspecting roommates. As he grew bolder, spending nights and weekends with Maggie, I grew richer. The transition was seamless. I stopped initiating intimacy, a change he barely noticed. And I used the time to get tested, I'm clear, and get organized. I stopped covering his dry cleaning and small extras. When I went grocery shopping, I used his half of the contribution to stock up on the high-end items I liked. I sold my car, banked the cash, and drove his vehicle since he rarely used it anyway. Every cent I saved went into a private account he couldn't touch. By the time New Year's rolled around, I had amassed nearly $20,000. When he approached me about renewing our lease in March, I dropped the mask. I calmly told him I was leaving. He reacted as if I'd dropped a bomb, claiming I blindsided him. He demanded I move out by the end of January, offering to cover February's rent if he could keep the security deposit. I agreed instantly. I already had my exit funded. The fallout happened at the local farmers market where I work. I saw him with a woman and greeted her by name. "You must be Maggie," I said pleasantly. The look of pure horror on his face was worth every month of silence. He demanded to know how I knew her. I told him the truth. I'd known about her for over 6 months. Now, the mutual friends are crawling out of the woodwork. Apparently, I embarrassed him. He had told Maggie we were just roommates and that I was the difficult one preventing him from bringing women over. He's also done the math on my savings and is furious that I used him for 7 months, claiming I should have confronted him immediately so he could have ended things sooner. I told him to go shit in his hat. I didn't use him. I charged a premium for the emotional labor of living with a liar. I provided him with a clean home, a stocked fridge, and a peaceful environment while he built a life with someone else. I simply made sure that when his house of cards inevitably fell, I wasn't the one buried in the rubble.